Hey guys, it's Andy here, and this is our review of the Nokia Power Keyboard. So the Nokia Power Keyboard is a really cool accessory for the Nokia Lumia 2520. It brings you a lot of functionality into the tablet and turns your tablet into a laptop basically. So basically you have it in your flip folio case as seen here, and then you pop out the lid and prop it up and it'll turn on instantly. So here are my thoughts on the Lumia 2520's Power Keyboard. Basically, it makes a really nice keyboard, and if you're trying to do some office work and documents, it is very effective. You have nice depressible keys in contrast to the Surface and other touch keyboards, which are just don't have any tactile feedback, and that makes a huge difference for me. In terms of the actual keys, they're pretty awesome and very depressible. They're not very shallow. In fact, my Acer V7 might even have shallower keys than this. However, I have had some issues with the spacebar where pressing straight down doesn't usually work. Instead, to activate the spacebar, I think it might be a glitch, or maybe just my product has a defect. But to actually press the spacebar, you have to come at it from in front like this, rather than on top, where you can feel a sort of mechanical obstruction that you can even hear right now. So the spacebar is a bit unreliable for me, but other than that, I had no problem typing with the 2520 Power Keyboard. The keys themselves aren't too small and fit your hand very well. If you're worried that they were too small to actually be effective, don't worry at all. The 2520 Power Keyboard also has a trackpad with 2 buttons. I wasn't a fan of the trackpad, given how it was a bit slow at first. I mean, I've gotten used to it, but it just does take a bit of trouble to drag across the screen, and there doesn't seem to be any settings in the 2520 to adjust the trackpad. Maybe we can see that in a software update in the future. Another thing I didn't like about the trackpad was the fact that the buttons themselves are touch buttons and not actual depressible buttons like the keyboard, meaning there was no tactile sensation and you can't really tell once a button was pressed, and that was a bit disappointing. By far the coolest feature about the Lumia 2520's Power Keyboard was the 2 USB ports on the bottom. This meant that I can essentially just plug in a flash drive or a USB drive or even my hard drive or my Lumia 2050 and 20, and it'll just connect to the 2520 without any problems. That's one of the benefits of running a Windows tablet. And the USB ports had some pretty decent transfer speeds. It wasn't anything amazing, definitely not USB 3.0, but it gets the job done for transferring little files and documents. Of course, the Power Keyboard is also a power charger for the Lumia 2520 and acts as a second battery on the device. For some reason though, I found it a bit irritating that the battery charges constantly, meaning that my keyboard battery will always be at 0%, which makes it feel a bit useless. So I think I would prefer an option to actually physically turn on the ability to charge the device instead of draining the battery for, without noticing it, so that you actually feel a bit satisfied from the usage of the Power Keyboard's battery. But that just might be me, being a bit crazy. But I just prefer to actually see, perhaps 50 and 50 with the option to transfer power from the Power Keyboard onto the 2520 itself. In terms of actual design and in terms of a case, because it also is a case and stand, the Power Keyboard is pretty awesome. The case has a nice soft rubber finish to it. It's not leather and it's not plastic, but it feels very nice in the hand. It also has a very nice magnetic snap cover, which gives a secure shut to it. And flipping into view mode is pretty neat, and also flipping into, just a tablet mode without using the view mode is also available, and if you don't want to use the keyboard. It does get a bit bulky though in this mode, so I wouldn't recommend using it in this mode unless you're using it with one hand to display to a friend something. All in all, I'd have to say the Power Keyboard is a really awesome accessory for the 2520, and if you have one, you should definitely get it. Besides my comments about the trackpad and the spacebar, that's pretty much it. The only real flaws I found with it, and you learn to live with them and adjust around them, and hopefully future production lines of it won't have the same issues. One thing I just maybe would suggest is perhaps if Nokia, I really would like them to make a keyboard case without the battery perhaps, even though I myself personally love the extra battery, but it does add a noticeable amount of bulk to the device and a noticeable amount of weight, and I know a lot of people are into slim and portable, so they might not really like that, and a keyboard without the battery would suit them well. For me, I think this is perfect and I like it myself, but it would be nice to have other options and alternatives out there. But that's pretty much it for my review of the Power Keyboard case for the Nokia Lumia 2520. Hope you guys liked it. Have you guys picked up a case for your 2520? Are you considering one? What do you think about it? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And thanks for watching, guys. See you guys around in the next video.